All right, bear with me on this, guys. I'm recording this on a camera with a lens that's from like the dinosaur ages. The focusing is going to be weird, but it's because the two cameras I typically record video with are in my hands. Anyways, this video is just, again, more community, all right? More community. This isn't a typical review. I've got two of Olympus's or OM Systems' newest cameras. It's the OM-1 and then the OM-5. And I don't know why I have both of them, I'll be honest with you, but I'm debating on which one to keep because I don't think they both necessarily should stay. And so I want your opinion. And kind of here's what prompted this conversation. I'm going to a concert tonight. And this concert, I want to bring a camera. I don't usually bring cameras to concerts to kind of get in my way. You should just enjoy the show. But sometimes I like taking photos. And Micro Four Thirds is a great option for this because I'm not going to be very close to the stage, and so you can't bring long lenses, which a full-frame camera, long lenses are big, but a Micro Four Thirds, something like the 75mm, fits within the 8-inch minimum or maximum length of a lens that you can bring in there. Again, I'll be shocked if I even get this in because I didn't think they'd allow it, but the rules clearly stay. Interchangeable lens camera with longer than 8-inch long lens. I don't know where that comes from, but okay. Anyways, so the OM-1, let's talk about the OM-1 for 2 seconds. Everybody knows what this is. This isn't a camera review, but professional camera, 2 card slots, really nice build quality, weather sealed, high-res EVF, nice battery life, flip screen, the newer autofocus system, better menus, just overall a far superior camera than the OM-5 in a lot of ways. Flip screen, all this different stuff. The one downfall of the OM-1 has always been its size. Now, it's not a big camera. In fact, it's ergonomically, I think, one of the best cameras I've ever held, which is why I keep going back to it. But its size relative to like this full-frame camera I'm recording you on, it's not that much different. It's kind of big. And so, you know, if you're out with an intention to photograph, the OM-1 is a great camera. But if you kind of just want something bopping around, I don't know. For some people, I think this can be viewed as a little bit too big, and that's kind of its downside. Enter the OM-5. Now, the OM-5 has this benefit of kind of being a transformer. Now, it's a plastic build, still weather sealed, so not the same build quality as the OM-1. It's got a single card slot, but on the side, which I prefer instead of in the battery door. It has control access, wheels that are easily to control like the OM-1, but its screen is lower res, its EVF is lower res. It's the old menu system. Its autofocus algorithm is not necessarily as good as what the OM-1 has, but still overall a great camera. Battery life is not as good, but still overall a really great camera. And so, now I have this grip on it, and I'll talk about that here. This is like one of the ECG5, I think it's called, if you guys see this right here. This is kind of one of its strong points of the OM-5, where if I'm putting bigger lenses on it, like this 12-40 for example, it's not a big lens, but it's a little bit bigger, or that 75, or even something bigger like a 100-400 or something, you need the added grip. And so you can add this grip on. It gives you the shutter in the grip, it gives you the control wheel in the grip, and it allows you to hold bigger lenses on a smaller camera and it feel okay. And then on the flip side of it, right, you can take this thing off, and if you pair this with something like the 20mm 1.7 Lumix lens, or a 14 2.5, or even like a small like TTartisan's manual focus 23mm lens, this package gets pretty small. Small enough to where I would say it rivals like the X100V. You can put it in a jacket pocket. The X100V is not a pocketable camera, I don't care what anyone says, and you can make this similar size. With the benefit though of good video, better autofocus, flip screen, all that stuff. And that brings the concert thing into play. I want to go tonight and I want to throw like the 45-1.8 or maybe the 75-1.8, which is a bigger lens, and bring it into the concert, right? And so from that perspective, I think the OM-5 makes a lot of sense. But I don't really need both cameras or want both cameras because I've got a full frame camera that I'm recording on right now that I use for full frame needs or full frame wants, if you will. Don't really need it, but want it. And so my question is which camera would you guys keep? Would you keep the superior OM-1 for all the reasons I mentioned? Or do you think that we should, I guess, give a higher weight or rating to the OM-5's capability to be small when it wants to be, but also handle bigger stuff, bigger lenses when you need to, and kind of have this transformer of a camera, even though It's the older menu system, it's the older sensor, it's the older everything. It's basically an EM1 Mark III packaged into an EM5 Mark III's body. Because I don't need both, and I don't want to keep both. And so I need to make a decision. Do I keep this one, or do I keep that one? The full frame camera sticks around because it does things for me that sometimes I just want or need. The Micro Four Thirds system doesn't do as well. And so having both is kind of what my desire is. Candidly, I've been using Micro Four Thirds a lot more lately. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that that's the case. Just because I like a lot of things about Micro Four Thirds. And yeah, it's good. So with that, my question is, what one would you guys keep? The OM-5 or the OM-1? I bought the OM-1 used for I think $1,200, which was a good price. And this OM-5 I bought new with the grip, which ended up still being around $1,100 or $1,200. So from a price perspective, not really that different. Yeah, that's basically what this video is, guys. I want your input. What would you keep? If you could only pick one, which would you keep? The OM-5 or the OM-1? Which one would you take to the concert tonight? Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.